Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it looks like Dungeons and Dragons is taking its place among the Hasbro family of products. Just like so many other Hasbro products, like Star Wars and Marvel, D&D is now going to rot away at Ollie's Bargain Outlet.
Yes.
So this is pretty interesting. I saw some stuff the other day. I did not realize that they did a huge buyout, I guess, of D&D stuff, and I have to wonder how the stuff is selling. I mean,
It's better than landfill.
I guess it's better than a landfill, but look, there's been a lot of talk about Hasbro overproducing Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering cards and all of that, and they kept assuring everybody that, well, D&D's fine. D&D's, really...
We didn't kill it.
We didn't kill it. We didn't kill D&D, but now we're finding a lot of D&D stuff languishing on the shelves at Ollie's where it's going to sit there for years. Years. Just like Star Wars, just like Marvel, just like everything Hasbro touches. Basically, Ollie's is like the Hasbro discount outlet.
Yeah, but some of these sets are like $3.
Yeah, they're $40 sets. Well, the Warriors of Krynn board game was a $100 set.
$10.
$10.
We need to go check ours.
I might actually pick one up. I
didn't see that at ours, but I'll have to go look.
Yeah, I didn't see it at ours either. I saw the other the campaign sets. I actually bought one of each because I'm like, for $3, I'll buy them.
Research.
Yeah, they're like $40 sets. So let's talk about this a little bit, and just like, this is where Hasbro goes to die. And it's like, how long can Hasbro keep doing this, just dumping their crap off at Ollie's, and it goes unsold for years. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, give woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
So yeah, Doc, who is on Thinking Critical and is a comic book fan, posted this, and I retweeted it. And I saw it the other day at Ollie's.
You had sent some pictures. I know you had. You posted yours on Twitter. I thought you had.
I think I did. But they had a lot more at his Ollie's than they had at ours.
Yeah, we don't have the $10 one, I don't think. I'll have to look.
I didn't see that one. We do have the OG action figures, though.
Yes.
They have a lot of those for $10 each. They have a lot of movie stuff. They had some of the movie, at ours, they had some of the movie Nerf guns. They had some of the movie action figures. But this isn't a good sign, because usually when a brand is in decline, that's when you start seeing the stuff show up at Ollie's. That means that it can't be sold through other channels, or that major retailers are just, they're not buying anymore. And to have D&D stuff like this rot away at Ollie's is definitely not a good sign. We saw this happen. It's kind of a bellwether, because we saw this happen with Marvel Comics and DC Comics. It's not a good sign, though, because a lot of the Marvel comics from like 2015 on, the ones that the retailers were complaining they couldn't sell, they wound up at Ollie's. A lot of those graphic novels, they wound up at Ollie's. And then when Star Wars was starting to have trouble, a lot of the Last Jedi and even Force Awakens figures wound up at Ollie's, and there are still piles and piles and piles of Star Wars figures at Ollie's, including Rey's from 2015. 2015. She's still there.
It's true.
And they can't give her away. And it's the same with a lot of the Mandalorian stuff is just rotting there. I mean, it's not a good sign. MCU toys. Tons and tons and tons of MCU toys, Eternals figures, Shang-Chi figures. What else do they have there? You're not seeing a lot of obviously Iron Man, Captain America, that kind of stuff. You're seeing the oddball stuff that everybody knew was...
Oh, the G.I. Joe, but it's Snake Eyes.
Yeah. Oh, I was so mad about that. So they had a teaser that they were going to have a bunch of classifieds figures, G.I. Joe classifieds. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be there. They had one classified figure, like actual classified. The rest of them were classified, but they were the Snake Eyes movie figures. And there are piles of them. So what is not selling when you go to Ollie's. You can see Target didn't want it. Walmart didn't want it. So now it's getting dumped off here. And apparently D&D, they didn't want it. And it's really sad with the OG action figures from the original cartoon show, because I was excited about those, and then they came out and it turned out that they were trash and they fell apart easy. And a lot of people were like, yeah, don't buy these. So apparently people aren't buying them. Plus they wanted like $25-$30 a piece for these figures. But you can get them now for $10 each. Yeah, 80% off.
So if you really wanted them, you can still get them.
Yeah. Here's a bigger image there. These are $50 sets. $2.99. And they have more than this. I mean, this is basically, I think, what everybody got, but then they had other other stuff there too. At least at ours, they had a bunch of, like I said, Nerf stuff and movie figures. And
well, I got to run over that way tomorrow. I'll check.
Yeah, I think that this is the first wave. I think we're going to see a lot more. And I think that this is not a good sign.
I think they're clearly blacking out a person standing there, but it looks like a Jawa.
Remember? Okay, so
it looks like a Jawa.
So on the Return of the Jedi card backs, before the movie came out, they blurred out the Ewoks. And that's how they did it. Because they wanted to keep the Ewoks a secret. So they blurred the Ewoks out on the back of the card. And they had, I think it was Chief Chirpa and Logray, I think, were the two Ewoks that they had at first, and they blurred them out on the card backs. That's what this looks like. But that was Doc doing it because, like, yeah, there's some rando. We don't need to get this person in there. But I don't think it's a good sign. We've been kind of covering the demise of Dungeons and Dragons, at least with fans, and the OGL debacle and the Pinkerton debacle, and them being accused of overproducing Magic cards, which.
And the landfills.
And the landfills full of crap. And I think this is a sign that D&D is in decline.
It's been, but they keep saying, nuh-uh.
No, it's fine, guys. Everything's
it's all
fine.
Good. Everything is good.
It's all good. But just kind of a side note here. They put this is what's making news for Dungeons and Dragons right now. They're doing a collaboration with Vampire Cosmetics.
Okay.
So D&D went from being for stinky old nerds playing in their parents' basement or whatever. That was the stereotype. It was just a bunch of neckbeards playing in their parents' basement, right? Dude bros or whatever. To now they're doing a collaboration with Vampire Cosmetics, but it's a very diverse and inclusive cosmetics company. Apparently, Vampire Cosmetics has redefined the art of self-expression through makeup and championed inclusivity. They're innovative, cruelty-free products. I
like the cruelty-free part.
Encourage individuals to boldly present their unique identities for the world to see.
This sounds like a perfect fit for current year D&D.
I was going to say that is their audience. Diverse, inclusive cosplayers who like to watch other people play D&D adjacent things on Twitch or whatever. That's basically what their audience is right now.
Then they're going to demand that their characters can wear the cosmetics or something stupid like that.
Probably will. Oh my God. But they just keep tripping over their own feet, and look, we said before, we watched the movie. The movie wasn't bad. I actually liked it. But they did themselves a huge disservice by right out of the gate saying they were going to emasculate the men in the movie.
I know they
didn't do that.
These people that are like either the casting directors or the directors or somebody that's higher up in the production keep making these really dumb comments, and it's like, why would you do that? It's like you wanted to do badly, and then you're just all istifa. I'm like, then it turns out they didn't even do that. It wasn't even a real statement. It was like, what the? Do you want to fail? I don't understand it.
Oh my God. I can't. This is so cringy. With the Dungeon Master's Guidebook palette featuring 45 individual shades and a detachable magnetic character sheet, adventurers will always be ready for that day's quest. Fans can create their own characters with the original character class palettes and character class multi-chrome eyeliner.
Original character class. Are these going to be like the actual ones or the ones that keep changing because they're problematic?
Battle Barista. There are 4 different collector box sets planned for 2024. Oh my God. With the final limited edition release shipping in a large treasure chest, a treasure chest shaped box that can house all 4 collections together.
No, this isn't unusual. As someone who does buy makeup stuff, they do this stuff like for characters, they have like a palette for that kind of stuff. It's just funny when you say it.
Okay, so I can guarantee you that Gary Gygax was not thinking about eyeliner.
Oh, he doesn't know. No. See, this is invented just in the last like 10 years.
Yes.
You know, it was problematic before that because people at the table wouldn't wear eyeliner.
This is how we get rid of those stinky cis white men. We basically team up with a diverse and inclusive makeup company to just throw the D&D name on whatever shit we can throw it on.
Well, Well, even here, they're saying Rachel Kleinsmith, CEO of Vampire Cosmetics. Our collaborations with D&D is an epic quest. It lets players use our makeup to help tell their own story, both at the table and in their daily lives. D&D stories have been challenging societal norms for half a century.
Oh my God.
They were. And we're proud to help any adventurer who wants to join us on this quest express their own diverse identities. The problem is, the problem fucking is the fact that now, unless you have some kind of other identity, you are gatekept out. It's been diverse for 50 years. Yes, it was, which people, seem to forget. And now, we're going to be challenging that, and we're going to give everybody who's diverse a seat at the table. But if you're a stinky white straight man, forget it. And especially if you're older and you were there when it was, you've been doing this for years, you're gatekept out.
I'm just like, this.
You're not part of the party.
This shows exactly what kind of audience they want. I mean,
they're getting exactly what they deserve.
I mean, it's not like they're teaming up with like, hey, this company makes really cool knives, or this company makes really cool like outdoor adventure. Like, why aren't they teaming up with like Coleman or something to be like, hey, you can have your own adventure outdoors? Like D&D. No, we gotta do makeup. We gotta do eyeliner.
Because exactly why you think. And the thing is, look, if people want to be, okay, I have absolutely no problem with people having diverse identities playing this game, or, sitting at a table together with people playing the game. No problem with it whatsoever. The problem I have is that as of late, we've seen it a lot recent times, that these people think that they own it. And then as for all they're yelling about gatekeeping, when they weren't even there when they're claiming it was gatekept when it wasn't, are gatekeeping everybody else. And then they claim that they're all about, expression and diversity and inclusion, but they're the most exclusive people I've ever seen. And if they were there when this was going on back in the day, that they're all trying to jump on the bandwagon from, they would know that everybody played then and no one cared.
Nobody cared.
No, everybody was like, especially if you're like the nerdy guys and a bunch of people that girls wanted to play, hell yeah. The football captain wanted to play, hot damn. Everybody was like, everybody's welcome. We don't care. We're just happy to have other people to play with. And you guys are the ones who are the gatekeeping exclusionary people.
Yeah, it's so funny because I think the takeaway, the game has exploded in popularity, or at least people, fetishizing the game has exploded since Stranger Things. And if you actually watch Stranger Things and you saw how they were treated,
that's pretty accurate.
That's pretty accurate. I mean, it was not a game for popular. I mean, it was very popular in the 80s, but if you played it, you were a dork.
Well, they're all like, fawning over Eddie. And I'm going to tell you, back then, Eddie would have got his ass kicked.
Yep.
You were actually there. You'd know this stuff, but you weren't. And you're all like fetishizing stuff that you have no idea what you're talking about. It's like he was an outcast in the show because he would have been.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Did he deserve to be? No, but that's how it was back then.
Yep.
So, I'm like, whatever.
Anyway,
sit and spin.
So I can't
but
wait
I'm sure
for
these collections will be pretty cool
I'm
for
sure
makeup, because I personally do like makeup collaborations.
I am sure they're going to wind up at like Ollie's or something.
They probably will end up on clearance somewhere. But they'll end up at TJ Maxx or Marshalls, because I know like ColourPop and those different, things like that, Pat McGrath and all those ones. I keep finding them sometimes I find Pat McGrath at TJ Maxx. I know, right? Most guys listening to this being like, I don't know who the fuck that is.
I don't know who that is.
But it's expensive makeup. And they end up at Ollie's. I was very excited, not Ollie's, TJ Maxx. I was very excited the other day because I found some ColourPop stuff, and I actually like ColourPop. So I was very excited.
I do know ColourPop, yeah.
Yes, because you buy it for me.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So they end up at TJ Maxx. That's the Ollie's of makeup.
But that makes sense. Like, because a lot of times the ColourPop, they'll do like basically female-friendly franchises. They'll do like Sailor Moon.
Yes,
they'll do like
love Sailor Moon.
Disney, or they'll do Sanrio, or they'll, you know what I'm saying? Like, that makes sense.
Lizzie McGuire.
But I'm like, D&D? Like, are you freaking kidding me?
Well, that's why it's Vampire Cosmetics. They're edgier.
Yeah, not much. It's all lame. It's stupid.
But you can get someone put some eyeliner on.
I don't want to put eyeliner on. Do you want me to put eyeliner on?
No, I'm not your ex.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
You told her no, too.
Yeah, I did tell her no. I'm like, hell no.
I'm not into him wearing eyeliner, so it's all good.
I'm not into me.
Neither is anybody else. Can we wrap this up?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.